It's the scandal that's rocked the royal family to its core. Prince Andrew's relationship with convicted offender Jeffrey Epstein. On Sunday, Nine's 60 Minutes explores new revelations in the wake of Virginia Giuffre's posthumously published memoir.
At the beginning,
is it possible that you met Virginia Roberts?
Never happened.
The narrative surrounding Andrew Mountbatten Windsor has experienced another extraordinary development, and this particular instance carries consequences far more severe than a mere stripping of royal titles or another round of public criticism. Right now, we're posing a question that seemed absolutely impossible just a handful of years back. Could the individual formerly recognized as the Duke of York actually be subjected to criminal prosecution? Is there a genuine possibility he might be incarcerated? Many observers believe the answer is affirmative. Legal professionals are having open conversations about it, law enforcement agencies are conducting reviews, and advocacy organizations are making forceful demands. What's elevated this situation to such a precarious level involves several converging factors: newly disclosed electronic correspondence, intensified scrutiny from authorities in both America and Britain, and a transformation in public sentiment that's been nothing short of dramatic. Those who've tracked this unfolding drama since its inception understand that numerous inquiries throughout the years have discreetly come to a standstill. However, the current circumstances present evidence that falls into an entirely distinct classification. There are accusations involving the inappropriate utilization of a law enforcement official, the distribution of extremely confidential personal information, and conduct that multiple legal authorities suggest could potentially meet the criteria for criminal wrongdoing.
I think that Prince Andrew will ever be held accountable.
I'm going to try my damnedest. It's ridiculous that it's gone on this long. There's that much evidence that could have all of these people locked up for the rest of their lives.
Additionally, the chronology of events occurring immediately following his siblings' decision to revoke his remaining royal distinctions suggests the strong likelihood that palace insiders possess knowledge of additional difficulties approaching on the horizon. Therefore, let's examine in detail precisely what's transpired, what information has recently emerged, and what legal jeopardy Andrew might currently be confronting. The core of the present inquiry centers on a disclosed electronic message that has created ripples extending well beyond the typical royal media coverage. Based on reporting from The Telegraph, Andrew purportedly informed Ed Perkins, who held the position of assistant press secretary to the deceased Queen, that he had requested one of his Metropolitan Police bodyguards to investigate and compile data concerning Virginia Giuffre. What renders this matter exceptionally grave isn't the salacious character of the allegation, but rather the specific factual information connected to it. Andrew supposedly acquired Giuffre's complete birth date along with her American Social Security number, the 9-digit code that receives protection in the United States equivalent to a passport or financial institution account. Spencer Coven, an attorney who provided legal representation for 9 individuals victimized by Epstein, stated that deliberately transmitting or utilizing another individual's social security number without authorization constitutes a criminal offense that may result in imprisonment of up to 15 years in a federal correctional facility.
Breaking tonight, Prince Andrew is giving up all of his titles, including the Duke of York. It follows a string of scandals surrounding his relationship with paedophile Jeffrey Epstein and his relationship with an alleged Chinese spy. But, of course, he will remain a prince, as this remains his birth.
He emphasized that from his perspective, both America's Social Security Act along with additional identity safeguarding statutes could potentially be relevant in this situation. Should federal law enforcement officials in the United States determine there exists grounds for examination, they would possess the authority to seek a formal questioning session with Andrew. Whether he would agree to such participation represents an entirely separate question, considering that the FBI openly declared in 2020 that he had failed to comply with their earlier appeals for cooperation. The Metropolitan Police have previously confirmed they are currently examining the situation. This development by itself was noteworthy. The agency has assessed accusations connected to Andrew on 3 prior occasions, including during 2021 when they announced they would pursue no additional measures following their evaluation of the civil lawsuit brought forward by Giuffre. What distinguishes the present circumstances is that former legal counsel for Giuffre maintained that this transcends merely having 2 contradictory narratives. They assert this encompasses possible abuse of governmental authority and efforts to undermine a survivor's credibility by manipulating the criminal justice apparatus. Sigrid McCauley, who served as Giuffre's representative in her civil litigation, has advocated for a comprehensive inquiry. She stated the Metropolitan Police had functioned as an instrument for those wielding power and privilege, and stressed that this particular type of exploitation of the justice infrastructure cannot be permitted to stand.
Giuffre, the woman who accused Jeffrey Epstein and Prince Andrew of
crimes, has died, aged 41. Her family has issued a statement confirming she died by suicide at her farm near Perth overnight.
Her contention seems to be gathering momentum. This development leads us to the subsequent dimension of this unfolding situation. Andrew is no longer the sole individual who might be subjected to questioning. Staff members at Buckingham Palace could likewise become involved, particularly regarding what information they possessed and the timing of their awareness. The notion that palace personnel may have had knowledge of the exchange of confidential personal information creates evident concerns, especially while the monarchy continues attempting to demonstrate cohesion and steadiness. Should British authorities conclude that Andrew exploited his role during his tenure as a trade representative spanning 2001 through 2011, he could additionally encounter scrutiny for improper conduct while serving in a public capacity. That particular charge, as numerous analysts have noted, potentially carries a maximum penalty of life imprisonment. Royal journalist Di Davies, who previously managed the Royal Protection Unit, stated that if the disclosed electronic correspondence proves genuine, then a criminal violation may have occurred. Across the Atlantic in the United States, there's renewed advocacy from campaign organizations demanding investigations into both purported identity law infractions and broader issues connected to his historical function as a royal ambassador.
This is what we do know about Prince Andrew and the businessman and convicted child sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. We know Prince Andrew got to know Jeffrey Epstein in 1999. We know that he saw him fairly regularly for some period.
The organization Republic has said it is seeking legal advice on whether Andrew could face potential charges linked to corruption or sexual assault during his time in public office, while King Charles has stripped him of his remaining titles and honors, a move that removed what little status he still held and allowed the institution to create distance from any future legal consequences. Royal historian Andrew Lai has described this as an urgent effort to shield the monarchy from what he calls the most dangerous moment it has faced in 100 years, arguing the palace acted because there is far more still to come, and many observers agree the king has not had a close relationship with his younger brother for years, as Charles has long been seen as thoughtful and intellectual, while Andrew, according to insiders, favored cruder humor and kept a circle of friends that never matched the monarchy's public standards.
Let's just read you this statement from the family of Virginia Roberts Giuffre. Today, an ordinary American girl from an ordinary American family brought down a British prince with her truth and extraordinary courage.
There has long been concern about certain overseas dealings, particularly his ties to Kazakhstan and Libya, with critics noting that he often ignored embassy advice and stayed in luxury hotels, running up expensive bills that reportedly raised alarms in Whitehall. And now a wider debate is growing over whether the UK government could be pressured to remove his dukedom entirely, as although he voluntarily gave up the Duke of York title last month, only Parliament has the legal power to strip a duke, leaving politicians cautious as they say they will be guided by the royal family, while campaigners argue the public expects consistency and accountability. Beyond the legal issues, Andrew also faces a practical challenge regarding his residence, as formal charges could prevent him from remaining in the United Kingdom, with historian Andrew Lai suggesting he may be forced to leave the country in a manner similar to Spain's former King Juan Carlos seeking refuge in the UAE, and according to Looney he could end up in Dubai or Abu Dhabi, while Sarah Ferguson might divide her time between Portugal and Switzerland despite currently trying to stay in Windsor, with sources close to the former couple admitting they may need to significantly scale back their London presence now that Royal Lodge is effectively lost. There is also the unresolved question of a potential FBI interview, as US authorities have long wanted to speak with Andrew, and lawyers for Epstein's victims have repeatedly expressed frustration at his refusal, and if political pressure in Washington increases, possibly linked to the reopening of archived Epstein material, his position could become far more precarious, raising the question of what happens next, especially as police investigations move slowly, particularly when cross-border cooperation is required. But the mix of alleged identity law violations, misuse of a police officer, possible breaches of public office duties, and rising international scrutiny has created a situation that can no longer be quietly set aside. While it remains unclear whether Andrew will face questioning, formal charges, or even extradition, it is clear he no longer has the protection he once enjoyed, with the monarchy stepping back, public support collapsing, campaigners growing more confident than they were 5 years ago, and the media far less forgiving, making the coming months critical, as an escalation by the Metropolitan Police or a federal case pursued by U.S. authorities could have severe consequences for Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, with jail time, once almost unthinkable, now openly discussed by legal experts, leaving many feeling that a chapter that should have closed in 2022 never truly ended, as investigations have returned, allegations have worsened, and the royal family's patience appears to have reached its limit, prompting viewers to watch closely, subscribe for updates,
and share whether they believe charges will be filed or the palace will once again step in to shield him.